Hi friends, let us discuss standards on related service 4410 compilation of financial information and compilation engagement. What is the background of this standard? Management requests the chartered accountant to assist them in compiling the historical financial information. What is a historical financial information? The past years of financial information. In this domain, the chartered accountant, hereinafter their name will be called as practitioner. He used his expertise in the domains of accounts and financial reporting framework, compile the financial information in such manner which the requirement of the management is fit. So let us move quickly into the definition. The core definition is compilation engagement. What is a compilation engagement? An engagement in which practitioner, the word used is practitioner, a chartered accountant in practice who applies accounting and financial reporting expertise. What expertise? Accounting and financial reporting expertise is required for compiling, for collection of the past historical information and compile the way management required to assist the management. What is the purpose? To assist the management in preparation and presentation of the financial information of an entity in accordance with applicable financial reporting framework and report thereon as required by the SRS. This is the main core definition. We have to understand the core definition first. Here auditor is required by the management to assist them to compile the information. How the information is compiled? It is based on the trial balance, which is called the records, documents, information, explanations, including the significant judgment by the management. Auditor will compile the financial information, past historical financial information, in the way management require and report thereon the way management require. The management is the main client. Management is requesting the assistance from the chartered accountant to assist them in compiling the financial information. That's the basic core concept of this standard. Let us move into the quality control aspects of the standards. What is the main aspect we have to focus? It's a quality standard. We already discussed it in essay 220. The same concept will equally applicable here. The engagement partner shall take the responsibility for overall quality of each compilation engagement to which the partner is assigned. The quality, there should be a pakka quality. Why? Because the chartered accountant is appointed. The engagement being performed in accordance with the firm's quality control policies and procedures by following appropriate procedure regarding acceptance continuance of the client relationship. The main point is the ethical requirement. There is a mandatory ethical requirement which we already discussed in previous SRS. The same thing. What are the mandatory requirements? The integrity, objectivity, professional care, competencies, and the technical standards. And independency is the not mandatory conditions. It is an optional conditions. That point already has to be noted down. Being alert for identification of non-compliance by the members. All these are the ethical standards. Direction, supervision, performance. All these are discussed in essay 220. Will be equally applicable to this standard, this SRS also. Engagement, acceptance and continuance. Same thing. The continuance of the client's relationship, engagement, acceptance, agreeing the terms of engagement, essay 210. Same thing is again discussing here. The practitioner shall not accept the engagement unless the practitioner has agreed the terms of engagement with the management and the engaging party. If there is any difference of opinion, he shall not accept the engagement. Following are the conditions: the intended use and distribution of the financial information and any restrictions either to its use or distribution where applicable. Identification of applicable FRF. The main core aspect of this SRS is to understand the financial reporting framework of the entity, understand the requirement for the compilation. These two things has to be noted down. Responsibility of the practitioner, including requirement to comply with the ethical requirement and management responsibilities. What are management responsibility? Which are the same. Management is responsible for preparation of financial statement in accordance with applicable FRF. They are also responsible for the internal control design, implementation and maintenance, which enable the preparation of financial statement which are free from material misstatement. This is already the same terms in the other essays covered. Accuracy and completion of the records. The management is giving the records, information, documentation and significant judgment. Based on that, the practitioner compile. So they require an accuracy in the information. Judgment needed in the preparation and presentation of financial informations, including those for which practitioner may provide assistance in the course of engagement, compilation, engagement. The expected forms and content of the report. Writing the agreed terms of the engagement, that is the acceptance. There is an agreement between the practitioner and the management, and if both parties are okay, they will agree the terms and the engagement compilation will commence. And the recurring engagement, if there is any needs, if there is any changes in the situation, only the agreement required to be modified, otherwise he can continue the same thing. Communicating with the TCWG and management. Why? Because the management is the client for the practitioner. They request the chartered accountant for the specific service. Thereby, it's required to communicate with management and those charges with governance as appropriate on timely basis. Why that communication is required? If there is any misstatements in the financial reporting framework, auditor has to understand the financial reporting framework. Auditor has to identify. Why? Because he has to ensure the quality of the compilation work. So it is essential to understand if there is any misstatements in the financial reporting framework or any inappropriate accounting policy. If it is there, that communication is required to be made with the appropriate level of management and those charges with governance. Performing the engagement, what are the requirements? The practitioner's understanding, or the practitioner has to understand the entity and the environment and the financial reporting framework. What type of financial reporting framework? What are the accounting policies? All those are the criteria for compiling the financial information, historical financial information. Let us move quickly into those aspects. The practitioner shall compile the financial information. How practitioner compile the financial information? Which is from the records, documents, explanations and other informations, including the significant judgment provided by the management. These are the sources of the data from which the practitioner compile. After that, he will have a discussion with the management to understand the management requirement for compilation. What are the purpose for which the compilation is required? So the discussion with the management will give a clear idea about the compilation engagement. Thus the discussion is essential. Then reading the compiled information. Prior to commencing the compilation agreement, the practitioner shall read the financial informations in the light of practitioner's understanding of the entity's business and operation. Understand the entity and entity's operations, whether it is high risky operations or low risky operations, and what are the applicable financial reporting framework. These are the parameters which are required for the compilation agreement. Complete. These are the main aspects auditor will encounter. Complete or unsatisfactory records, documents, explanation, other information. What will do? If there is any inaccuracy in the records, documents, explanation and other information, including the significant judgment provided by the management in compilation engagement, the inaccuracy or otherwise satisfactory, the practitioner shall bring that to the attention of the management and request the additional or corrected information to make it correct, so that the error free, more accurate compiled financial statements can be done. Then the same thing, if the practitioner is unable to complete the compilation engagement because of management failure for the records, documents, explanation, other information, including significant judgment, then what is the recourse? The same thing, he has to discuss with those charges with the governance, and if it is permitted, he can resign from the compilation engagement by indicating, by showing the reason for withdrawal. Practitioner become aware of the significant information. The same thing here, it is also repeating. If the practitioner become aware in the course of audit that the compiled financial information does not adequately refer to or describe the applicable, the main purpose is to ensure that the compilation has been carried out in accordance with the applicable FRF. So this wording is very important. Compiled financial information does not adequately refer to or describe the applicable financial information. That is the main condition. Amend to the compiled financial information as required for the financial information not to be materially misstated. If there is any inadequacy, he has to amend the compiled financial information to match, to avoid the misstatements. If management declines or does not permit the practitioner for the proposed amendment, what will do? If the management declines or does not permit the practitioner to make the proposed amendments to the compiled financial information after he identifying the misstatement, the practitioner shall withdraw from the engagement and inform to the management and those charges with governance. If withdrawal is not possible, then has to give an adverse opinion. The practitioner shall obtain an acknowledgement from the management or those charges with governance as appropriate that they have taken responsibility. Why? Because the same thing, they are responsible for preparation of financial statement in accordance with applicable FRF, internal controls, information, other explanation. All are the common things, and auditor has to obtain a written documentation from the management that management has fulfilled their responsibility. Documentation, the practitioner shall include in the engagement documentations what are the procedure performed, what are the evidence obtained, all the things he has to document here in the documentation column. Then the content of the practitioner's report, how the report will be issued. The report have a title same in SA 700, addressee as requested by the terms of the engagement, to whom the report has to be addressed. A statement that the practitioner has compiled the financial information based on the information provided by the management. This statement has to be inserted. Point number 3, a description of the responsibilities of the management, those charges with governance as appropriate in relation to the compilation engagement and in relation to the financial informations. Identification of applicable financial reporting framework. If a special purpose financial framework is followed, a description or reference to the descriptions of the special purpose financial statement is followed. Then the identification of financial information, including the title of each element of financial information. If it compile more than one element, and the date of financial information or the period to which it relates has to be mentioned. A description of practitioner's responsibility. What are the practitioner's responsibility has to be given. Then an explanation. What is the compilation assignment? It is just to assist the management in compiling the historical information for the purposes of the management. It is a limited purpose, just to assist the management in the compilation engagement. If the financial information is prepared using the special purpose financial reporting framework, then following particular information is also relevant. Describe the purpose for which financial information is prepared. What purpose? If it is a specific purpose, then mention the purpose for which it is compiled also. Draw attention to the report to the fact that the financial information is prepared in accordance with the special purpose financial reporting framework. That factor also be mentioned. Then the date, signature and other parameters which all remains SA 700. Just see a report for your reference. This is the compilation engagement report. I will enlarge it. This is one report. Thank you for watching the video and have a nice